What's up guys, Starlink here, and today I'm going to talk about just a few games that aren't really necessarily meant to scare you in any way. I mean, these aren't horror titles that we're talking about here, but these games tend to present that sense of fear in a different way, if you can use your imagination. Let's check it out. Now, the Zelda series has always been known for its rich lore, which in turn spawns many theories. There are entire channels and websites devoted to this kind of stuff after all. But the one theory that ends up fascinating me the most is the surrounding mystery of the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time. What happened to this fortress, and why is it hidden deep within the Lost Woods, isolated from the rest of the world? Many would suggest the great battle took place within these walls, with nothing left but ghastly specters and undead knights looming the hallways, still looking for a sense of purpose. A great tragedy befell these restless spirits, who were left haunting this secluded kingdom that lay in ruins. Take the Poe sisters, for instance. They could be very well the caretakers of this foundation, the servants of the royal household, the daughters of nobles perhaps. Then you have the Stalfos, who act as the undead knights still patrolling the halls, defending a kingdom that no longer exists. Probably the most unsettling thing of all of this is knowing that Link himself is a key figure at play here. After completing the Forest Temple, you learn from the Deku Sprout that when you were a baby, you were taken to the Great Deku Tree for protection by your mother who was gravely injured. She fled a kingdom that was plunged into war and chaos. The best she could do before she died was ask the guardian spirit of the forest to protect her child from harm. So what if this place she fled from was this so-called Forest Temple, and Link was a descendant of the people who once lived there? Link could have very well been battling the spirits of his own kin and not even realize it. This is all speculation at best, as theories tend to be, but it's pretty fascinating when you stop and think things over for a bit. Also, the music that plays within the Forest Temple still gives me those creepy vibes to this very day. While we're on the topic of Nintendo games, it would be a sin not to mention the Metroid series. These games live and breathe with heavy atmosphere and isolation, two very important traits when it comes to fear. Plus, they have some of the best openings to set the stage for what's to come. Take Super Metroid for instance. Right from the very beginning, you're plunged into chaos, smack dab in the middle of a disaster that struck a research facility in space. As you explore this facility, you find it riddled with corpses and a broken glass container where the lone Metroid should have been. Nothing can be heard other than sounds of alarms and computers in the distance. Eventually, you find the Metroid, isolated in a single room sitting on the floor. As you approach, the glowing eyes of your space pirate nemesis Ridley appear as the menacing beast crawls out of the dark corner to suddenly attack you. He flees with the Metroid in tow, and you're left running for your life, escaping the research facility before it explodes. Then you have Metroid Fusion, where you're stuck on a huge space station filled with X-parasites that infect and possess their hosts, one of them being the SAX, who happens to be in possession of your suit at its full power. It's out there frantically searching and hunting for you as you are struggling to survive. Pretty terrifying if you were left in Samus's predicament, right? In Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Samus ends up following a distress signal given out by Federation troopers that leads her to the planet Aether. What she discovers when she gets there is that all the troopers have been taken out by some unknown alien threat that again, like the X-parasites, love to infect their hosts. Reading the last remaining journal entries of the now deceased troopers and watching a video of their final struggle against this alien threat known as the Ing definitely sets the mood. Oh, and by the way, Ing actually means terror in the Luminist language, which is fitting to say the least. Couple that with the fact that these troopers spring to life like zombies and attack you, and you have a recipe to instill fear in just about anyone. This is definitely one of the more unsettling openings in the Metroid series for me. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Mega Man Legends isn't scary by any means. You're crazy, man. Well, this is where atmosphere and sound design are key in setting the mood, and Mega Man Legends does this really well. When you're left exploring the island's ruins and all you can hear is some ominous air about you with looming reaver bots clattering in the distance, it can be very nerve-wracking. That's enough to give me the cold chills if I were Megaman alone underground. At least he has Roll to talk to. Music is also key in setting the mood, and again, Legends does this in spades. Just listen to this track of the Clozer Wood subgate and tell me it doesn't give you the creeps. It certainly did for me when I was younger, and it still sends a cold chill down my spine every time I first enter these ruins and hear this ominous track. Megaman Legends is a great example of a game that, despite its outward appearance of being a kid-friendly adventure, hides subtle yet effective means to prove to you otherwise. Now again, I realize that these games really aren't meant to scare you by any means, but if you just use your imagination and you put yourself in those characters' shoes in that situation, it can be downright terrifying if you think about it. Either that or I'm just a sissy. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, or dislike if you didn't. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Reach for the stars. Let's do this. What was that? Ease who's suffering? Look toward the wood. What does that even mean? Alright, ominous Fields of Dream voice. If you think for 1 second that I'm gonna go out in the middle of the night, dark as hell outside, start chopping down trees and building a baseball stadium, you got another damn thing coming. So you better just get out of my head, pretend like this conversation never even happened. I mean, just disappear. I don't want to hear it. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't force me to do this. Yeah, I'd like to see you try. What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, there ain't nothing creepy about this. Just a Garfield sitting on my porch, holding a cartridge with somebody's name written in Sharpie in a baggie. Yeah, is that supposed to scare me? Nice try.
Please, help me. Please, I can't breathe.
Well, yeah, no kidding, you're suffocating. You're strapped in a plastic baggie. Here, let me get you out to get some air. Oh, snap. Sally, are you okay? Because I think I just broke you. Well, I hope your spirit's set free, Sally. What a mess.